Hey everybody, it's Old School Nerd. Welcome in. It is Throwback Thursday. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story before we start this. It's a story about me and my journey in rock and roll. And I promised so many of you that I would finally tell this story. It's a story about the time that I almost died at Lollapalooza. It wasn't this close, but it was closer than I wanted to be to dying. And I'm going to explain to you why. 1996. So many amazing things were going on. Lollapalooza was big, and of course we went. And I was living in Dallas at the time, and this was back when Lollapalooza was traveling. They were doing multiple festivals around the country. They weren't huge like they are now, but they weren't just isolated in Poland and Brazil. They were Chicago, New York, Atlanta, LA, Dallas, Houston, Seattle. They would just do different festivals, and they would set up, tear down. It was a giant tour. And 1996 was an interesting one because in 1996 they did two shows in Texas. First, they did one down in Houston, big Lollapalooza show. And they had two stages at the time. And they had the regular set of lineup numbers. They had Metallica on the first night with a bunch of bands beforehand. But the last night, and usually always back then in Lollapalooza, was Jane's Addiction. Because back then, we all know that the lead singer of Jane's Addiction was kind of the originator of Lollapalooza. And usually one of the last songs they would do was Jane Says. That's not the point. The point is that we were there. And we didn't go on the Metallica day. We went on the Sunday, which was the Jane's Addiction day. And we were there during the day with my friend Mike and I. He invited me to go because his girlfriend dumped him. And he took his buddy from work. Now, at the time, I was really into classic music. At this time, I'd already kind of gotten away from a lot of pop music and metal music. So when different bands that were grunge bands were up there, they had a plethora of bands. There were even some local ones there too. But let's not get into that. What I want to share with you is the story about how I almost died. And it has something to do with the video that we're about to watch for Throwback Thursday, in a way. Now, in Houston, there was, of course, the second stage, and you had the main stage. Now, the main stage was directly in front, and there was a sound tower in the middle of the field, okay? And directly to the left of that sound tower was a second stage, so your sound people could work both. Now, Mike and I were positioned right up against the sound stage, kind of on the corner. That way we could watch either side. We thought it was kind of fun. But there was almost 100,000 people there. And there was a camping area in the back with vendors and food and about, 250,000 porta potties. It seemed like 250,000 porta potties, but there were not enough. Anyway, so we were there, and they had just wrapped up a main show, and we had just walked in. Now, here's the catch. We knew that one of the big artists that were coming up at the time was a little band that a lot of people knew at the time. Do you remember Smashing Pumpkins? Okay. Back then, it was the shit. So Smashing Pumpkins was about to play on the main stage, but between main acts, while they were tearing down the stage and building up for the next act, the second stage would play. Now, here's the key. We knew that 2 weeks prior at the Houston Lollapalooza, Waylon Jennings, just a good old boys, the guy who sang the Dukes of Hazzard theme, that Waylon Jennings, country icon, played on the second stage before Smashing Pumpkins. So the word had gotten around. So nobody expected anything. In fact, while the Smashing Pumpkins set was being put up after they tore down the act previously, and I can't remember who it was now because it's, 20 years ago? 25 years ago, damn. Okay, so Mike and I are sitting in the section, in the corner. Everyone has gone to get food, take a shit, piss, go back to camp, and get ready to come back for Smashing Pumpkins, because after Smashing Pumpkins, we're going to be all the night acts, which were the big ones, ending with Jane's Addiction. So while this is going on, that 20, 30 minutes, everyone was taking advantage of it. Can't blame them at all. But Mike and I weren't going to be staying all night because we had work the next day, and we had about an hour drive to get back home. So we were just going to hang out, watched Smashing Pumpkins. He was really into Smashing Pumpkins. I wasn't, because I wasn't into music like that at the time. And something happened. I told him, I said, you know what we could do? There were about 200 to 250 people still standing in front of the main stage. Why? Because they're not leaving. They'll pee their pants before they lose their spot near the front. Fair enough. But then there were also about 75 to 100 people in front of the second stage. Why? I don't know. Maybe because Waylon Jennings was coming, they were big country music fans, or they knew that after the Smashing Pumpkins, maybe the next second stage act will be something worth seeing. So Mike and I are just watching people walk around. So we decide that we're going to start walking towards the Waylon Jennings stage. I was like, dude, it's Waylon Jennings. We got to go check this out. Okay. It's about a good 200 yards from the sound tower where we were all the way to the second stage. So we start walking. By the way, just in case you're wondering, I was wearing a t-shirt, cargo shorts, and flip-flops. Why? Because it's the fucking 90s. That's what everyone wore. Okay? And you were at Lollapalooza. You didn't wear, you just wore flip-flops. Okay? So we're flip-flopping our way to the second stage. Halfway to the second stage, you hear not Waylon Jennings. No. In fact, this Lollapalooza took place 1 week before the release of a certain album in April. The name of that album? Evil Empire. The name of the band? Rage Against the Machine. The song Bulls on Parade had already been out on the radio for about 4 weeks, and everybody was losing their shit. That was the hook they started with. You know the hook I'm talking about. When Tom Morello started that hook, there began a stampede wave of hippies, grunge heads, potheads. I mean, bohemians out the ass come flying down this field like a savage array. Looked like the unemployed, homeless Braveheart charge is what it looked like. Mike and I had a choice. We could either A, run for the second stage and probably get crushed or trampled or both, or we could make a run back to the tower and possible safety. When I tell you it was flip, look, I lost a flip-flop, did not even stop. I have no idea what happened to that flip-flop. We poured a little bit out for his loss, but he was gone and I was never going back for him. So I won flip-flopped it the rest of the day. We missed the surge by about 20 feet and we would have just been wiped out, trampled. They all came running. 50, 20, 30,000 plus, easy, just hauling ass. Never been that scared about hipsters in my life. What does that have to do with this video? Well, nothing other than this. Jameson Lalone says, how about Dan Dubuque's cover of Rage Against the Machine's Killing in the Name of? Now, I have no idea who Dan Dubuque is, but I love his name. Why? It's French. Okay, here we go. This video, I found it, and this guy actually is dedicating this to Tom Morello. Good for him. It's going to be a little unique. Thank you, Jameson Lalone, for this request. We appreciate you always. This one's for you, buddy. Let's check this out. Homeboy is sitting with a Weissenborn slide guitar with what appears to be woven rugs in his slip-on leather shoes, black socks, looking like, oh my God, Dave Grohl's dad. You see it, right? He's got his speaker, his iPod, his mixing board, his pedals, and he's on a lake shore or next to a river in the wilderness, in the most beautiful scene you can imagine, killing in the name of. Oh my. Like and subscribe to the channel. Check this video out. The description will be, the link will be in the description below. Check us out on oldschoolnerd.com. All that stuff over there, but I'm kind of caught up in this. Okay, Dave Grohl's estranged father. Let's do this. Wow. Dave Grohl's uncle is awesome. Maybe his cousin? Maybe second cousin. Oh! Wow. Oh, wow. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, close. Stop it, closed captioning. You're ruining the song. Okay. I do it live, guys. Sometimes live stuff happens. This is some cool shit. I mean, remember how we reacted to 2 videos from Cohen this week? And that little 4-year-old is amazing. He really, really is. And we shared that, and that's awesome. This is awesome too. Because slide guitar like this is a really lost art. And when I was a kid, it was super popular, especially in country music and also in folk music. But there's not as many slide guitar players out there. And this guy's taking it to another level. He's not playing folk music. He's playing Rage Against the Machine, which when people say, hey, what kind of music is Rage Against the Machine? It's Rage Against the Machine. Because they were so different when they came out that it's hard to put them as a genre. Because were they metal? Were they rock? Were they hip hop? We didn't know. All we knew is that they changed the game. And he's changing their game with a slide guitar. This dude is hitting me in my folk heart while dancing in my Rage Against the Machine head. It's seductive. It's hypnotic. Wow. Because of the percussionist way that he is playing that, taking the dynamics of slide guitar and intermixing it with percussion, it's gotta hurt. I mean, I'm watching this little twig here, this little weed twig, whatever it is, and it's moving in the wind. It's got to be freaking cold out there. That's commitment to art, man. I don't care if my hands bleed. I don't care how much it hurts. It's going to sound awesome, and I'm going to make it look good too. Dan Dubuque, you're the man. That's Bulls on Parade. If you don't know, come on. He's not just playing Killing in the Name of. He's playing a Rage Against the Machine melodic anthology tribute song, which, wow. Holy hell. Dan is the man. Dan the man. Period. It's perfect. I mean, I stop it for the copyright reason, and that's about it, to make sure it doesn't get blocked, but I have nothing else to say. Why? Because I'm in awe. I'm in absolute, unequivocal awe to his musicianship and ability. Period. Sun's out. It got really bright out there. that tag. Wow. Damn. I mean, dude, seriously. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, complete and total awe of this man. If you love Rage Against the Machine, if you love folk music, this is a video that just blows your mind. The skill and art that he has it's a art that's dying off, and I hope that it gets reignited and refired, and I hope that people like Dan continue to keep this form of folk music alive. And this cover, tribute, whatever you want to call it, anthology of greatness, you name it, it's truly epic. Go to his channel right now. The link to the video is in the description. Subscribe to his channel. Check out more of his stuff, because I know that I am. And yeah, so Jameson Lalone, thank you for this one. This really made my day. Wow. Normally I can say stuff about things. I mean, I see his pedal mix. I see his tags, his effects pedal. I see his press pedal. I see his recording hard drive there above his JB. He's got a JBL sound system right there. I see all that. I could talk about maybe the metal chair he's sitting on. What else am I going to say? Oh, he's Dave Grohl's estranged cousin because of the way he looks. Everything else is beyond what I can even comprehend right now. So I'm just going to have to sit on it and think. Please comment below, because I've got nothing. This dude literally leaves me speechless. It's that good. Holy crap. Dan the man.